Since when did maintaining the physique of your dreams become a problem? Sure, we all love making gains, but let's keep it real. The natural journey is a long-term experience, one that is extremely rewarding, but also painful in the sense that we put in so much to get in so little, whereas muscle maintenance is not really the same situation. In fact, your maintenance volume is significantly less than your maximum recoverable volume. And anyone who has real experience will tell you straight up that, yeah, I didn't have to put in the same amount of effort to maintain this physique than when I first got it. So isn't that a pretty cool thing? Because that allows you to recharge the battery that has been slowly draining for all these years. Burnout is a real thing, and it might affect you if you're not backing down. Sometimes you got to take a few steps back to move forward. Not only within the training itself, but also within the break aspect. You need your deloads. Maybe not once a month, but every 3 months, for example. Try to implement them as a part of your regular routine and try to enjoy the physique that you've worked so hard to acquire. Don't just move on to the next goal. Unless you're wild like that, like you're a real freaking warrior, the journey is to look like this. You're going up the mountain, then you chill out, right? Fire sparks at that point, you go up the mountain again, and then it just keeps going like that. You maintain, you improve, you maintain, you improve. This is where you feel your best at all times without regression. Whereas the maximum sacrifice mode can result in you just stopping completely. You might be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I can't do this anymore. And the break becomes far more extended than having included a bit during the journey itself. And that'll bring me on to my next point, the topic of body dysmorphia. A lot of it can be avoided by going through a maintenance phase because it humbles you and allows you to objectively look at your physique and be like, damn, I actually look fantastic. These are amazing numbers. It's a great looking physique. The process of maintaining that which you have allows you to appreciate it instead of just moving on from one goal to the next to the next. Sometimes you don't get to savor that moment. You shouldn't be looking in the mirror and be like, oh, damn, I'm not big enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not strong enough. Fitness is supposed to enhance your life, not become your life. And that worry of not being good enough is sabotaging you in more ways than you could possibly realize. Imagine you lost 20 pounds, and then the moment you lose that weight, you're like, okay, let's get back to bulking season. What would be the point of that? Enjoy being lean for a little bit, even if that means looking smaller and close temporarily and not having the best strength right now, and then enter a different phase. You don't just go from bulking to cutting, followed by cutting to bulking instantaneously. Yeah, you might do a bit of a lean bulk, but you're probably gonna do a maintenance phase within the calories. So if you're gonna do it with the diet, why not the programming? Why not the actual muscle goals themselves? Come on, bro. You look great. Accept it. Own it. Be proud. And stop thinking about the next best thing. Sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side. And this can also be great motivation for not getting on the juice or even remaining injury-free because you refuse to push yourself to a standard that you don't really care about. You find out what you really want in those moments of maintenance. Besides that, there's also the fact that when you maintain your muscle in certain respects, it allows you to specialize in other ways. What I mean is, you really didn't hit your genetic limit. I would argue that it's almost impossible to do for the simple reason that there are endless goals to experiment with. You may have acquired 95% of your hypertrophic gains, but your endurance potential is nowhere near tapped. If you have massive legs, for example, and you don't want to increase their size, maybe because you like your fashionable leg wear or the performance is great, you can go become a cardio specialist. Start doing some more cycling. Start running outside. Start experimenting with different forms. Or just emphasize a brand new sport like boxing. You may actually prefer that. And it's the fact that you're maintaining which allows you to divert your full attention into something else. And again, that goes back to refreshing the mind. It refreshes in two ways, actually. The novelty aspect of doing something new, which you lack experience with, and also recharging that battery of that which has been neglected. So what I mean is, if you go specialize in running for 3 months, and then by the end of it, you're like, damn, I really want to get some bigger legs, that could happen as a result of you doing the running. So we're killing two birds with one stone here. It's like you're passing on the torch. And that's why it's so important to have different goals, not be married to one ideology. This is why I'm such a big believer in general strength training and having a well-rounded physique. It's the whole package here, man. Forget about the labels and experiment with different philosophies. Find out what you really want. Or you might have gigantic pecs with a great bench to go with it, but your overhead press sucks. So you decide to drop the bench and focus on the vertical presses. Not a bad thing. You're correcting weakness, you're enhancing your general strength, and when you go back to the bench, you'll have a greater strength potential. So you're not harming your results in that way, Rather, you're maintaining one aspect that's already amazing, you're happy with it, and then you're improving on some lagging areas. And that'll be maximized when you can divert your attention 100%. Because if you're all over the place, again, might sound contradictory, it's not as good as specialization. And with that said, allow me to express my final point, which kind of ties in everything together, which is experimenting with new, fun routines. The novelty aspect, my man. See, if you've been doing full body workouts for 5 years straight or upper lower routines, now you can dwell with a bro split. Why? Because your gains are slow anyway. And secondly, you're not trying to make that much more right now. You're only in a maintenance phase. So whether you're trying to maintain with full body or body part split, what does it change? You're maintaining. Yeah, you can say with the bro split, it might be less efficient. You'll be more sore. But what if that's what you want? What if you haven't really experienced that? What if you just want to go in and not have to worry about training everything in one session? What if the idea of splitting muscle groups intrigues you? Now's the time to do it, and you might actually prefer this type of system. So although I'm not a fan of that system, the truth is, if you acquired 95% of your physical gains and you decide to run that routine, you're still going to improve. And if you're on a maintenance phase, it's all good anyway. So that's what I'm saying. There's the goals to consider. So specializing different body parts, and then the actual routine itself. You can do something completely different, which again, refreshes the mind and brings back that desire. You might do a bro split for 3 months and be like, you know what? I can't stand this, man. Just give me a freaking bench routine. I want to get a bigger bench. And you go ham on it, man. Just look at the quarantine and how many guys were itching to lift weights again. They did calisthenics for months. They're like, man, I need to get under a heavy barbell. I crave this. And those who went back to the gym are making some of the best gains of their life because they not only improve their work capacity and address other aspects of their training, their motivation is at an all-time high. And now they're pursuing real, meaningful goals. And they have the drive to pull it off. See, it's not always about willpower and discipline. There are other ways to get you on the right track. And in this case, I'm talking about muscle maintenance. If you can rock it out and be proud, things are naturally going to fall into place. You'll know what the next step is. Now you're instilling all the right habits that allow you to succeed to your full capacity. So that's where I'm getting at here. A lot of this is just playing around with how you're feeling on many different levels. So there's not much else for me to say. Just gave you some vague little general examples. Try to give you an idea about something that few people discuss. Let me know if you can relate to some things I'm talking about. Have you ever gone through a maintenance phase or not? I want to hear in the comments section. With that said, I'll talk to you next time.